wisdom can arise independently, and often does, in different parts of the world. The story we just heard has been told by cultures in both Africa and China, and sometimes similar stories are created by people in different lands, which is the human family's way of signaling that the story contains important universal truths. Hearing the story today, I take away that each who shares with this community, when you give of yourselves, that you have a positive impact on us all. And I believe that everyone appreciates when you give and share a part of yourself. But when someone withholds from their community, perhaps believing that they cannot be loved for who they are or for what they bring, then I believe the community is diminished. Here at UU Miami, you are a valuable member just as you are, and for whatever you can give to this community. Just as you are, you make a positive difference on all the people here. Do you remember what the council members in the story were asked to bring to the feast? Wine, right. Unlike them, you were asked this morning to bring some canned goods for the homeless and water for our worship. And because we love all of you and don't want you to feel left out of today's service, if you didn't bring your water, we have a pitcher of water you can use for your water today, so that everyone is invited to be part of this ceremony. For the past several weeks, we announced that this day, our In-Gathering Sunday, will be a time that we invite all of you to bring your collected waters that you gathered over the summer. And over the years, this ritual came to be celebrated in Unitarian and Universalist congregations across the country in a very similar way. People would bring forth their waters, name the source of their water, and what it represents to them. And often this would come as a destination they went on their vacation and what that meant to them. Today, our water communion will diverge from that tradition in a small but significant way. Here's why. We're thankful for all of you, for all you've experienced, all the joy of learning about new places or revisiting old, wonderful places, familiar places. We're thankful that you, however you traveled by car or train or by airplane or trolley, that those travels brought you back here, home, safely. We also recognize that not everyone has the resources or the ability to travel away to faraway places, or to travel at all. We recognize, though, it's interesting to hear where people have traveled in the past few weeks. That practice of looking back is what we're doing when we do that. And we, instead, here want to look forward. Our water communion calls us to a higher purpose, that of looking forward what this community can be, and committing ourselves to the common life of this community. Just as our waters will combine in a common vessel, we are called to a higher purpose of looking inward to consider how each of us might contribute to this congregation, to make it stronger, more peaceful, more just, more accessible and welcoming. And how we will act in the world together to make it a more just, equitable, and peaceful place. In our story this morning, the 10 council members were asked to bring a small amount of wine to the feast. And as you heard, they withheld their wine, instead brought water, each of them believing that one jug of wine could hardly spoil such a lavish feast. From that story, we learn the importance of each person's gifts and each person's willingness to share those gifts. So I ask you to think about this. What is it that you bring to this community? What will you share from your heart, your mind, your spirit in the coming year here at UU Miami? In a moment, I will invite you to come forward, to pour your water into this common vessel. And when you pour your water in, rather than naming its source, what I invite you to do instead is to name one gift that you will bring to this congregation in this congregational year. Perhaps it's that you return to this loving campus with all of these people and spend some time building relationships. Perhaps that you will listen more closely to those who talk to you here. Perhaps you'll bring the gift of patience, which is really helpful in some committee meetings. Or perhaps you'll bring a musical talent that you're willing to share, or your willingness to teach in religious exploration for children, youth, or adults. Perhaps you'll provide a lunch on one Sunday or another, or be a greeter, greeting the visitors who come in who've never been to the Unitarian Universalist congregation and don't know what to expect. Or perhaps you'll work with our Social Justice Committee on initiatives like UU the Vote or Chainless Change. So I invite you as families right now, or individuals, to think about or talk about what gifts you'll bring. Love, patience, listening. And when you come up and pour your water in, you can speak as an individual or you can speak as a family. As you take a moment to think about what you'll bring, Joseph will play us some music, and I'll pour a little water to start us off. This year I offer more creativity, more compassion, and getting to know those of you who are new here a little bit better.
I bring a reverence for the land and the occasional lunch.
We will be bringing lunch, and I promise you I won't be cooking it, she will, and so it's going to be very good.
I'll bring a bad joke and hope to get a smile.
Yes, sir.
besides bringing my voice into my continued love of the music we perform in this place, I think this is the year I would like to really try to use my voice for those who don't ordinarily speak up.
I did not put anything liquid there. What I put that flows is dryness. I've had bad experiences that go years back, but some of them more recent having to do with plumbing. And I feel there needs to be balance, conservation of the water, and I hope to bring a sense of balance to the community.
I'll pay attention in RE class.
I would like to spend more time with children and families in the congregation so we won't be like old people over here and young people over here, but mixed.
As new additions to the area, we would like to get to know you as much as possible. And if you need a bass player to accompany the piano, I'm sure Alvaro can help.
This year, we just want to continue getting to know everyone, especially the new families and new members here, and continue building this amazing community.
When asked to do something before the congregation, I will ham it up as much as humanly possible. That's right.
I'm going to take this in a little different direction. You wouldn't want to be near the water I've been at our lift station at our condominium. It's sort of disposing stuff that you flush down the toilet. Be very careful what you flush down the toilet because the pumps don't work if they get jammed up. Thank you.
Hello. As new people, I think we'd like to volunteer our time and to get to be a part of the community.
I think I would just like to be more involved this year. Thank you.
I'm bringing my optimism.
Thank you all. Let us enter into a time of prayer or meditation. Each of us has our own way to enter that space. You might take a deep, slow breath and turn your attention inside as you allow the air in and out. Here, mingled together, are the shared gifts of our lives. These waters represent the promises and aspirations that we make to one another. As members of this beloved community, let us resolve not to withhold our love but to follow love's path and its progress wherever it leads. Source of all, who embraces and sustains all life, this water which we have collected and shared holds the mysteries and miracles of love. May this water be blessed with the love of this community. May our bodies, filled with rivers of breath, be blessed with life, energy, with wellness to carry us through our days. And may our home, this big blue-green planet with its mountains and seas and ice caps, be held in sacred keeping by all gathered here. Let us bless each other and the world through our stewardship and our care as we strive to bring our gifts to this beloved community and to this difficult, beautiful world we live in. Let us never doubt the strength in our hearts nor the depth of our love for each other and for our world. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be.